Hello, beautiful beings. I've never ever done a live in the car. Sorry, there's a little thing coming up. I'm in the car and I just thought I'm in Cornwall actually. And if you look over there, you can probably see the sea a little bit. Anyway, I've never done a live in the car on YouTube. I've never done a live like this. So I just did a live in Facebook. So I wanted to share with you what I was sharing in Facebook. So I'm going to mention a book because I think it might help some of you. What I'm going to talk about is mental illness versus spirituality. So thank you for joining me. If there is a live chat, because I'm on my phone, I probably can't see it so easily. So I'm just going to pop the phone there to chitty chat to you all for a few minutes. So in my little video on Facebook, I was talking about spirituality versus mental illness. And I know it's very challenging at this time. A lot of people are becoming very unstable. And I have a great book I recommend called Going Mad, Understanding Mental Illness. It was one of the first books I probably read about 18 years ago. And those of you who know me know that for 22 years I've been awake. For 20-ish of those years I've been a therapist in regression hypnosis, past life regression, inner child healing, ancestral timeline healing, spirit releasement. And I created my own technique within that. And recently I've noticed a lot of people are really becoming even more mentally unstable than normal. And I've had a girl who's been messaging a lot of people, and it's very disturbing for you because you feel you want to help these people when actually sometimes it's not always our position. We can send our love, we can send our compassion, we can send our understanding, but when somebody can't listen to any common sense, isn't open to doing inner work in the way that you think you would be able to help them, and they are convinced of their reality. You know, back in the day when I first started doing this work, I used to think, oh, you know, we shouldn't section people, we shouldn't give people pharmaceutical drugs. But actually I've become more tolerant to that in the experiences that I've had with people who are mentally unstable. And some people in their spiritual awakening don't manage to stay sane. They don't manage to stay grounded. And they may have an awareness of other dimensions in reality, but they know that this reality is the main reality, if that makes sense, because this is where your physical body is. But when you get to the point where you cannot, it's about discernment. You can't discern what's reality. You think your dream state is more real than this, which, you know, is debatable. But if negative things are happening in your dreams, negative things are happening in the other dimensions that you see, you have to be able to discern which dimension is reality. And not everybody can do that. And so I recommend this book because it gives you a really good insight. It's out of print. It's written by Irish authors quite a long time ago. So if I read it about 18 years ago, it's called Going Mad, Understanding Mental Illness. And it allows you to see a psychiatrist's point of view, a psychotherapist's point of view, an energy healer's point of view, and a spiritual healer's point of view. So it gives you all these viewpoints from differing points of view. And you get to decide who you believe, who you resonate more with. Because at this time, so many people are struggling to ground the energies. I mean, some of the things people are writing are really mentally insane, but they believe what they're writing. And so in some reality, they must be having that experience. And so you can only feel love and compassion for them, but you can't always help them. So I think when we, you know, arm ourselves with knowledge, even if you're not a therapist, it's good to arm yourself with knowledge to help not just yourself, maybe other people from friends or family that you come across who are struggling mentally, and that it will help you to help them. And, you know, a lot of people are becoming, it's quite warm in here today, a little bit unable to deal with life at all. You know, I've seen a lot of people saying they don't want to be here anymore, and threatening to do something about that. And of course that requires an intervention of kindness and love and compassion, and that isn't always people like myself, because I'm just one individual. I'm not on the social media 24 hours a day. I have a life, I have other things to do, and it might not be convenient when that person messages me. So if you're one of those people who feels very mentally challenged right now, please reach out for help. Like even yesterday, a lady said, I said, you know, at 11:30 at night, I really suggest that after I given her a little bit of advice, but I wasn't speaking to her, I was just messaging, that I needed to sleep. I've dealt with a lot of mentally unstable people who are not my clients, but they're people who just reach out for help on Messenger because it is so instant and social media is so instant. But actually you're better off calling a designated helpline, whether it's the Samaritans, whether it's Childline if you're a young person, or whether it's some other women's help group, because the people volunteering there have chosen to spend their time. There's somebody manning that 24/7 who is 100% committed to being present with you in that moment, to help you in that moment. And most people in that moment, like even the lady yesterday said to me, oh, I called the Samaritans 15 years ago, they were no use. Well, the truth of it is they were some use, because 15 years later she's still here. So in that moment, we all have ups and downs, and we go through stages where I feel, oh, I don't want to be here anymore, but we don't always act upon it. And so it's good to reach out for help. It's good to find someone to talk to. And if it isn't a loved one or a family member or a friend you can call, yes, you might try and call somebody who you follow on social media, but they might not always be the best person to help you in that moment. You are better off calling a designated helpline to help you, because those people are there to help you. So I understand the energies on the planet are quite intense now for a myriad of reasons, and people are being triggered now. The post-traumatic stress of the last 2 years is coming up, the energies, the frequencies on the planet. So please do reach out for help. And if anyone is sending you crazy emails about myself or anyone else on social media, specifically Facebook, please report that to Facebook. I have reported one lady for her own well-being to the police. So please be aware of this. Hi, Coral. Hi, thanks for listening. So I've never used my phone before for streaming on YouTube, so I'm so sorry if I'm holding it in a strange way, because the messages just come up through the screen. I've not seen that before. So, my skills and gifts are dealing in past life regression. So go into the subconscious mind to get to the origin of that negative emotion, the fears, the limiting beliefs, the lacks. We weave between past lives, inner child, ancestral entities. That's what I've done for 22 years. Full time, and I've managed to stay grounded and sane throughout that. So from my experience of being on TV doing this, mainstream terrestrial television, I did this on a TV show regressing celebrities and members of the public back to past lives. I've pretty much seen it all, and I'm quite knowledgeable to help and assist you to weave through that. So what I do on Skype is deal with the emotional Akashic records. So that is going into the emotions of your soul and identifying the origin of the emotional misalignment and helping you resolve that, whether that's going into past lives, inner child, ancestral, whether entities come up. Sometimes you can work with that on Skype. I also work with people in person, going into, it's so warm in this car, I'm gonna have to leave in a minute, going into I'm gonna go swimming because I am in Cornwall, going into deeper sessions, 2 hours. I do see people in Cornwall, I do see people in Glastonbury, which is where I live in the UK. I used to be in Sedona a lot, but because of the last 2 years, I haven't actually left the UK. So I'm still in the UK at the moment, oscillating between, in general, Cheshire, Cornwall and Glastonbury. So I send you all much love. And if anybody is in the UK and interested, I'm going to be speaking at the Basis Conference on Sunday. If any of you follow Miles Johnson and the Basis Conference, I will be speaking at Pewsey on Sunday in the afternoon on No Karma, No Drama. So I think some messages are coming up, but I didn't read them quick enough, but I'm super happy that you have joined me for this little, I promise that next time I'll do a live from the car on my phone. I'll put my phone in a holder because I'm wobbling it about a lot. If you love my stuff, please do subscribe. And if you love my videos, please share them on your social media. And if you want to be updated, please do click that bell, because I think that forewarns you when I'm going to do a crazy live like something like this. But it is so hot in here, I am going to have to go because I might melt away. So I send you all much love from Cornwall and the magical energies here, and I will see you all again soon. Thank you for joining me on my little impromptu live, the first time on YouTube in the car. Okay, much love. Bye for now.